guys, Jay! Welcome back to the channel. So guys, I'm over here at Titan Toys, and they invited me here to take a look at something which I've been meaning to take a look at for some time. As a matter of fact, there's a good chance that this will not be around much longer. So, if you're interested in picking one of these up, now's the time to do it. What am I talking about, guys? I'm talking about Ramen Toys, Red Gullwing. Now, I do have to be honest with you guys, this is going to be a bit of a rare, and I do mean rare, example of a vehicle, an action figure vehicle, which is no longer available, really. Although, there actually are a few available left over at TitanToys.com, and I did want to give Titan Toys a huge shout out for letting us look at this version of the Red Gullwing from Makina at Ramen Toy. This is freaking amazing. Without further ado, guys, let's open this up and see what we're dealing with for the Red Gullwing. And there it is, everybody. There is the Red Gullwing. Now, this project was started by Ramen Toy a couple of years ago, and since then, it's gained a lot of steam. And to be honest with you, it's kind of a bittersweet moment for everybody involved, because, let's be honest, the M.A.S.K license has actually gone to a different studio. And it's not for lack of trying. I believe Ace over at Ramen Toy has been trying to get the M.A.S.K license for quite some time, and unfortunately, it just didn't come to pass. So, this pretty much is going to be one of the last vehicles that Machina has ever been able to produce outside of the original license, and it's going to be interesting to see how that goes moving forward. But as you can see here, there is a lot to really be jealous about. I mean, this thing is brand new all the way from the ground up. Look at that wonderful detailing on the undercarriage. Just absolutely beautiful. And then if we bring it back up to the top, I mean, come on. Look at that fiery red. It's freaking-sane. The headlights, the grille, the warning lights, turn lights, the Goodyear tires, those rims, and of course, all those wonderful decals, freaking-sane. This is a thing of beauty, and I have to tell you guys, if you were able to get yourselves one of these, then I would consider myself extremely lucky. As a matter of fact, over on Titan Toy, you might actually be able to get yourself one of these if you're very, very lucky, as they still do have a bit of stock for these Makina Red Gullwings. But, without further ado, let's take a closer look and examine some of the finer details of the Red Gullwing itself. If you are a M.A.S.K collector, there's nothing more iconic than the Thunderhawk as it was depicted in the original show, as well as the cartoon, and of course, as its original toy. I mean, let's be honest with you, in the show, this thing really did kick ass. And of course, it was one of those shows which showcased how some innovations in technology could make a big difference. And of course, it was all about the vehicles. Matt Tracker and his team at M.A.S.K were really the superheroes who saved the day every single episode from the forces of Venom. And this was front and center. Ramen Toy was able to recapture that magic by creating this brand new version of the Thunderhawk. As stated earlier, it has some amazing features. We do have the incredible wheels with those wonderful rims, the silver trim, which is all the way across the bottom, the decals, which admittedly you have to apply yourself, but they do look pretty freaking amazing. And again, the wonderful shape from the taillights to the license plate to the spoiler, the back windshield, which is completely transparent. Love it. The windows, which again are incredibly transparent, and you can even see Matt Tracker right there in the driver's seat, as he should be. The decals on the top are pretty freaking amazing. Again, you have to apply these yourself, stickers, if you will. The headlights look freaking incredible, man. Those just are stunning. And of course, the taillights, the grille, everything about this vehicle is premium. I have to say it that way. It really does feel like a premium product. Even the door handles look amazing, and if you look carefully, you can actually see reflection right there in the windows. That's nuts, everybody. I don't know what type of material they're using for that, but it really is quite amazing how you can actually see. It's hard to tell here, but you can actually see your reflection right here. There it is. Freaking incredible. And then, of course, we have to talk about the action features. The first thing we should definitely talk about is the undercarriage. Look at all the wonderful detail that's presented here. I think in a lot of ways this is a lot more intricate than what we saw with the original vintage toy. And of course, there are a lot of little hidden secrets here as well. You can actually find that there is a trap door here, and once we open this up, you'll find some very, very neat secrets, but we'll save that for later. There's also a small hidden switch right here, which is not quite apparent. It looks almost like it's part of the sculpt, and we're going to get to that in a minute as well. Flipping it over to the top, the action features do not stop there. Obviously, if you know anything about this vehicle from M.A.S.K, you know that this little button here does a lot. Once I depress that, the entire action feature really is on display for everybody to see. So let's have a look at what happens when we deploy the Red Gullwing. Pressing this button right here will lift up both doors. Freaking amazing, guys. And it's a bit cold in here, so that's actually why that didn't pop up properly. But again, time and time again, just press them up and there they go. Perfect synchronization, freaking incredible. Let's zoom out a little bit so you can see the actual flipping action yourself. Freaking incredible, everybody. The Red Gullwing is deployed, but it's not fully deployed yet. We actually have to come to the undercarriage, flip this switch, and then something magical happens on the back. Let's have a look at what happens when we do that. There it is. There is that wonderful deployment. We can even see the Machina logo right there in the middle. Holy crap. This is the fully deployed action battle mode of the Red Gullwing. And I've got to tell you guys, it is a sight to behold. Freaking incredible. Very much like the show, this allows the Red Gullwing to fly through the air, and admittedly, it has a Jeep style of open air for the pilot, but that's very much the reason why Matt Tracker always had to wear this amazing suit, because without it, he probably would have been freezing up there in the slight upper atmosphere. Freaking incredible. The wings themselves, of course, if we look closer, the details on the door trim are absolutely incredible. Moving in further, we can actually see exactly how they're detailed with the open door mechanism right there. It really does look like it came straight out of the 80s for a Trans Am. Freaking incredible. And then if we look further at the top, you can actually see there's a wonderful detail on the inner part of the door. This side showcases the Red Gullwing's identifying symbol. And of course, on the other side, it is the exact same reverse. Freaking incredible. You gotta love this. Then we can even see Matt Tracker himself sitting right in the cockpit, and there's a lot of wonderful detail on the inner side as well. Coming in closer, you can really see all those wonderful features. Like the monitoring, we can see the enemy vehicles on the inside. The illustrations were done specifically for this vehicle, and the extra seatbelt, which is a wonderful touch. The stick shift, and there seems to be a couple of emergency detail buttons here for the big red button. Don't press that big red button. And you can even see on the inside there are a lot of speedometers, odometers, and altitude altimeters, a lot of different readings to be seen inside that particular part of the cockpit. It is incredible. The seat does move slightly forward, so you can try to get somebody into the back seats, although there's not much room back there, so it's kind of interesting why you would actually do something like that. The seatbelts themselves are adjustable, as you can see here, and of course, when they're finally put into position, you can strap in any number of characters, future characters, into the line. Now, if you were a fan of M.A.S.K in the 80s, you will remember that this particular bomb bay door had a wonderful little trick up its sleeves. if you depressed this button here, it would open up the bay doors, and you could actually see the 2 little missiles that are included. And those, of course, were a wonderful play feature. These 2 missiles, at least the original ones, were lost every single time. So this is a wonderful chance to make sure that your collection is complete and you have these intact. And of course, the wonderful play feature for this is you'd have Matt Tracker flying around, and once he saw his target, it would just click this little button here, and you would be able to deploy your payload just like that. Freaking incredible. Returning the Red Gullwing back to its original car mode is pretty simple. All you have to do is take the doors, flap them down. They will click back into place really simply. So as you can see, easy to do. Come back to the rear. All you have to do here to put it back in place is click down on the spoiler. The thrusters will retract back in. Then the bumper will also lower, and all you have to do then is push this in, and everything is locked, loaded, and ready for deployment. And of course we have to talk about the included figure. This is, again, I can't remember his name from the actual Makina class, but guys, we know this is Matt Tracker. He looks freaking amazing. I mean, look at that jumpsuit, incredible. The straps that are on there to secure everything into place, and of course the red gloves, the signature helmet, which of course is the M.A.S.K. Freaking incredible, and his legs look so well done. He is a step up 100% from the original figure, which honestly didn't have actually this much detail. Here you can see a lot of wonderful detail. The wrinkles in his clothes, the straps themselves with that wonderful paint deco, and of course all of the wonderful details. As a matter of fact, he has a lot more articulation than the original figure. He can move his arms up like this. He can actually move his elbows down just like that. He's got a wonderful range of motion. The arms move full 360 around, and of course you can take off his helmet, which is the big feature. We'll get to that in a second, but you can move his knees as well up that way, and his legs actually can pivot on this ball joint as well. An incredible amount of detail given to us by Ramen Toy, freaking incredible. Now, there is no ankle articulation, but I think at this stage and this size, we can forgive that. And of course, we can always take off his helmet, his mask, and there we go. There is the face of Matt Tracker, and I gotta tell you, I'm a little disappointed we didn't actually get any paint on this, but a lot of people would like it more traditional, keeping that original style for M.A.S.K, and in a lot of ways, I think that does work a lot. There's a lot more detail in here as well. The hairpiece is actually well sculpted, and of course the paint that is there is wonderfully done as well. That is the pilot of the Red Gullwing, and we'll always know him as Matt Tracker. In closing, I have to say that this is a wonderful replica of the original version for M.A.S.K. The Thunderhawk has never looked this good, and I do have to say that Ramen Toy has done their best to make this as authentic as possible. As a matter of fact, I think they've made it too authentic. It really is a lot bigger than the original Thunderhawk, and it does have a presence all of its own. Guys, you definitely have to take advantage of this, as this is probably one of the best editions of the Thunderhawk, the Red Gullwing, as you'll ever have it, and there aren't that many available anywhere. As a matter of fact, I would suggest that you pick this up right now on TitanToys.com, as they have stock available right now. This is an awesome opportunity, guys. As you know, M.A.S.K was recently picked up by the loyal subjects, and because of that, this particular version of the vehicle may be out of stock very, very soon, and we don't know what the future of the Ramen Toy Machina line will be. So, don't take any chances. Definitely pick this one up for yourself, as you do not want to miss out on this wonderful vehicle. Available right now at TitanToys.com. So as much as the Red Gullwing does look impressive, there are a couple of things which everyone would like for a flying vehicle of sorts. So Ramen has actually included a flight stand. And this is a very unique flight stand, as it's got 3 pivot points and can be positioned in multiple ways to make it look as if it's flying or diving. All you have to do is take this flight stand, position the sticks in a certain direction, and use these rubberized pegs to do most of the work. So then you just position it this way, have the Red Gullwing sit right on top, and all of a sudden the Red Gullwing is diving into position. Absolutely incredible. I gotta tell you, this is a wonderful addition, and bravo to Ramen Toy for making this happen as a standard for the Red Gullwing. In freaking sane. Again, if you just want to make it look like it's flying, all you have to do is take it, position these in a slightly different direction, and all of a sudden, you have the Red Gullwing taking off. Incredible. Now, it should be noted that there are actually two versions of the Red Gullwing. As a matter of fact, Ramen Toy and Ace gifted me this wonderful stealth version of the Gullwing. Pretty much everything here is identical to the Gullwing except for this wonderful new paint job. Look at those red highlights on the headlights. Sorry. Look at those red headlights. They're amazing. That red colored grille, those turn lights, the red trim at the bottom, insane. And of course, look at the stickers and decals, which actually in this case are pre-applied, which is a lot of fun. Then they have the tinted red visors, windshield, and rear windshield. It really is an amazing vehicle. Most of the stickers are rather identical to the original, but they look impressive. The rims themselves are actually also red, and they have this almost chrome-like appearance. I think it is, if I'm not mistaken, I think that actually is vac metal. Amazing, guys. This is beautiful. And of course, it wouldn't be the Red Gullwing if you couldn't do the wonderful details that it has. Obviously, the switches are the same. They're in the same position. So, let's see if we can get this to deploy properly. Simply flip the switch on the back, and it deploys exactly the way you would expect. Love those thrusters. And then, of course, deploying the wings is as simple as pressing it. Acts exactly the way you would expect. Freaking incredible. If I didn't show this on camera, somebody would definitely kill me. Just like in the Red Gullwing, you can actually extend the guns on the sides of the door, making it ready for aerial combat. And it is a wonderful feature, as you can see right here. These ones, once again, are chromed out, and they look fabulous. I'll also take the opportunity to actually showcase how the seats themselves, they can move forward and are made of a more malleable material. And the seat belt is also made of a strap, which you can see right here. The seats on the interior, they're this wonderful crimson red, and they look absolutely insane. The entire interior of the Red Gullwing, or in this case, the Stealth Red Gullwing, is completely blacked out. Insane. Matt Tracker himself is also here, and the only real difference, of course, is the color scheme. In a lot of ways, I do like this one a little bit better. He looks really, really stealthy, kind of like X-Force in the X-Men, where they don different costumes. This one is very, very similar. We can see the black jumper suit, gray highlights instead, and that red trim everywhere. The red gloves are retained, the red knee pads, and of course he's got these wonderful new boots. Incredible. He also has this amazing new version of his mask, his helmet, and when you take it off, it still is Matt Tracker underneath. So this is a wonderful addition to the stealth version of the Makina Gullwing. So guys, in closing, what do I think about the Red Gullwing? Well, I gotta tell you, this is a brand new toy from the ground up. It's absolutely incredible. Everything you would think of from a brand new tooling to brand new design, this does not actually look or even feel that much like a used toy. This is brand new. This is something you will not get in any sort of new rendition. I think that when the loyal subjects are going to be putting theirs together, they're going to be using pretty much the same techniques and designs that they had all the way back in the 80s. That has its merits, and that actually has its faults. This one is a brand new design, and it works at least the way you would expect the first time. Seriously, everything on this, if my fingers don't get in the way this time, should work exactly the way you expect. Everything deploys exactly when you want it to, and everything looks absolutely stunning. I mean, this thing is just gorgeous. I have to say, I am very, very impressed at this vehicle, and I'm hoping, just hoping, that before the loyal subjects actually release theirs, that maybe, just maybe, Ramen Toy will issue out one more set of these for collectors who want to get in on this version of the Red Gullwing. Guys, I want to thank Titan Toys for letting me take a look at the Red Gullwing. Oh my gosh, guys. Titan Toys, as you know, is the one-stop shop for action figures and vehicles. They have a wonderful points program which you can take advantage of. For every dollar spent there, you get 2 points back, and you can earn 500 points just by joining, and of course additional 100 points by liking them on Facebook, liking them on Twitter. It's an amazing program. You guys will really be amazed. They have a layaway program, buy now, pay later, and you can actually save on shipping. $250 or more, you get free shipping within Canada, the United States, and of course they do ship everywhere else around the world. As a matter of fact, they still have a couple of these Red Gullwings left over, and if you act fast and act now, you can get your hands on your very own Red Gullwing. This is amazing, guys. I want to thank Titan Toys once again for giving me the opportunity to take a look at this Ramen Makina Red Gullwing. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please leave a like. It really does help us out. And of course, please share this video with as many people as you can so that it gets a lot more attention and a lot more people know about these wonderful toys like Machina here at Titan Toy. Guys, I hope you're all doing well, staying safe. And as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. Machina. Geek proud.